Peter Cardillo of Spartan Capital Securities joins us right now on the phone line to talk about the US data and the kind of start that we've had for the US markets. Peter, good morning from Mumbai. Thanks for joining in to BloombergQuint. What's your sense? This rough start that we've seen the last couple of days, the data is not too positive either, and there is no solace on the trade front. Do you reckon that the world markets are in for some more pullback over the course of the next few days?
I think so. And of course, a lot depends on the U.S. macro news. And tomorrow and Friday, we have two pieces of major economic news. Today, we'll be looking at the ISM non-manufacturing sector. And if that should slip below 50 or move towards 50, that would obviously be a negative, and I think the markets would continue to slide on that news. And then, of course, on Friday, we have the unemployment outlook, and we have the labor market reporting somewhere between 150 and 155,000 new jobs. And of course, if that number should be weaker than that, then it could confirm what we saw with the ADP numbers, where we saw the private sector adding a mere 135,000. In itself, that number was not that bad, but it's certainly not within the trend area that we've been experiencing, and it did signal a top in the labor market. So the macro news continues to weaken here in the States, and of course not only here in the States, but abroad as well. And so the market is beginning to now realize that the slowdown is continuing, and if it should continue, that we could be headed for recession.
And would you reckon that therefore this sub 50-day moving average move on the S&P could actually worsen and we could have a drawdown of an X percentage? What's your understanding, or what's your take on how much lower can we go in this current downtick?
Well, from a technical perspective, if we were to test the 2875 on the S&P 500, and we were to breach that, I think we could see the S&P slip down to 2800 and possibly even a bit lower. Again, there are two main fear factors. One, the impact of the trade war, and of course, the reality that the slowdown is for real.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm sticking to levels right now, Peter, is because we've discussed fundamentals ad nauseum for the last so many days. It's just important to get a perspective from you on how do you expect the US markets to do in the near term. But thank you so much for taking the time out and staying up for us all the way from New York. Peter Cardillo of Spartan Capital.